Okay, I'm recording. Is this working? Is this working? Is this working?
Oh, hi there, folks. I'm Frederick the Yeti,
And I'm Crazy Melmo.
and we are here to welcome you to a very special edition of ESEC FSE.
We're replacing scientific paper talks with fireworks and sword fights. Ha ha!
Well, not really, eh? We're just hosting this year's ESEC FSE online, and there's a few things you need to know to get the most out of your experience. To make it simple, we have boiled it down to the top 3 things you should know to enjoy ESEC FSE 2020. Are you ready to do this, Melmo?
Yeehaw!
Okay, let's just keep it on script this time, eh?
Fireworks! Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we proudly present 3 tips to enjoying ESEC FSE 2020. Tip number 1. Attend 2 hours or more each day for the entire week. 2 hours each day? I thought you were supposed to attend the conference 24/7 while continuing to do your day job, homeschool your kids, and walk your dog.
Well, that's the point, Melmo. We realize that people have many commitments, and we only ask that they attend the conference for 2 hours each day. 1 hour in a paper session, and 1 hour in a social session.
2 hours? Shoot, that's nothing. They'll still have time to do their day job and attend that Zumba class.
Exactly.
Tip number 2. Explore the social scene.
Each day in each major time zone, immediately after the paper sessions, we will host the social hour. This hour is crucial to the conference.
Socialize! But I'm so shy. And many participants might be too.
Well, yes, Melmo, you have a point. But regardless, we believe that socializing is a crucial part of the conference experience, and we are determined to bring socialization to virtual conferences.
Kinda like forced family fun for software engineering researchers.
What?
You know, like when your dad made you and your sister go to the mall with your parents on a Friday night instead of hanging out with your friends.
Sorta, yeah, but this time it's really going to be fun.
Oh.
We've all got matching t-shirts, and we're going to get everyone to put their smartphones in a box and hang out in a virtual room to talk about software engineering research and...
Well, I agree. It will be great. I haven't seen my fellow researchers in a month of Sundays. Tip number 3. Delve into the Reddit comments.
While being online has some disadvantages...
Like missing out on visiting exciting places, like the strip malls outside of Raleigh, or the strip malls outside of Austin, or Cleveland.
Exactly. It has disadvantages, but it also has some nice advantages, eh? For instance, we can perhaps more easily share our research with the outside world.
Watch out, world! Here we come! Woo-wee!
To do this, we have chosen to use Reddit, where we have posted the videos for all papers, posters, etc., in a single subreddit for your perusal.
Heck, I'm perusing it right now in another window.
We ask that all participants spend time on Reddit. We need you to upvote your favorite presentations and use the comments to facilitate great paper discussion. At the end of the week, we will be presenting Best Presentation Awards based on Reddit upvotes, and we will also be presenting Best Commenter Awards for the most active and constructive commenters on Reddit.
That Best Commenter Award is kind of like a Best Reviewer Award, right?
Exactly. A very important type of award to signify a healthy research community. If we don't have good reviewers and or commenters, our community will be in a whole heap of trouble.
Well, that seems dramatic. What in tarnation? Oh, it's time to start.
Right. Well, thank you for joining us for this introduction to ESEC FSE 2020. We hope you enjoy it.
And we hope you make some new friends.
And as I leave you, these few parting words. Remember, it's the community that makes the conference experience magical. If you simply attend your talk and go home, there is no magic. Take the time to attend others' talks, engage in Reddit, engage in social hours, and generally have a good time, and we have no doubt that this can be one of the most memorable ESEC FSE ever.
With fireworks and sword fights!
Good night, and enjoy.
Hello everyone, I'm Prem Devandu. I teach software engineering at UC Davis, and it's my pleasure to invite you to ESEC FSE 2020, Sacramento, California.
Hello everyone, I'm Dale Flutter and I also teach at UC Davis. It's a pleasure to welcome you to ESEC FSE 2020.
ESEC FSE is one of the premier venues where the best people in software engineering present their best work. It was our honor to be selected to host this conference in Sacramento. We're standing here in front of the Sacramento River, and you would have been right in front of it if you had been here, but unfortunately we couldn't host it.
The place where we're standing is the tribal lands of the Nasenian people. Waves of immigrants from Italy, China, Mexico, India, and elsewhere have settled here and brought their cultures, traditions, and food. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we will not have the pleasure of exposing you to the sights, sounds, and wonderful tastes of this beautiful and diverse community.
ESEC FSE is indeed being held virtually, and we hope you can enjoy it safely and comfortably wherever you are in the world. The conference is being held in 3 time zones: Asian, American, and European. In each time zone, we have 2 hours of activity starting at 9 a.m. and ending at 11 a.m.
The first hour will consist of paper presentations over Zoom, along with questions and discussions. The second hour will consist of informal sessions hosted in Discord. Come for the papers, stay for the discussion, or vice versa. As we say in the Central Valley, whatever floats your boat, dude. But come to both.
We also have exciting keynotes and panels. Please consult your calendar invite or the conference website. Before I turn it over to the PC chairs, I'd like to thank a number of people who have been of great help in organizing this conference. To start with, I really have to thank the heroes of this conference, David Shepard and Paris Abjarou, the virtualization chairs, and Anand Sawant, the student volunteer chair. These people researched a number of different technologies and found and integrated a number of tools that we think are going to make for a great conference experience. They put a huge amount of work into this, and I really want to thank them. I'd also like to thank our industry track chairs, Laurie Williams and Manu Sridharan, and their committee, the diversity and inclusion chairs, Alaknas Naebi, Andy Bagel, and Ayushi Rastegi, our demonstration track chairs and their committee, Baishaki Rai and Shane McIntosh, our registration, social media proceedings chairs, Robert Dyer, Eric Fredericks, and Marcella Maya, our workshop chairs and their committee, Vladimir Filkov and David Lowe, our artifacts chairs and their committee, Georgios Gousios and Catherine Stoley, our doctoral symposium chairs and their committee, Tien Nguyen and Alexander Serebrenik, our web chairs, Xiaowei Wang and Anna Baines, our journal first track chairs and their committee, Christian Bird and Federica Sarro, our student research competition chairs and their committee, Sonia Haiduk and Bonita Sharif, our visions and reflections track chairs and their committee, Earl Barr and Lynn Tan, our Test of Times Award Committee and their chairs and their committee, Max DePenta and Anita Sarma. And finally, our program chairs, Myra Cohen and Tom Zimmerman, who organized a very large program committee, handled a large number of submissions, and have assembled a really exciting and interesting program. I'd now like to turn it over to Myra and Tom to discuss the program committee process and also give you some details of the organization of the conference program itself.
Hi everyone, I'm Myra Cohen.
And I'm Tom Zimmerman. We are the program chairs of the ESEC FSE conference, and we are very excited to tell you more about what you can expect this coming week. We will have to show you a lot of things about science, fireworks, and also sword fights. But first, we are excited to welcome 450 attendees from 40 countries all over the world. Most attendees are coming from the United States, China, and Germany, but we have many other countries represented as well. And we also have a fantastic program for you. We have keynotes, which we are very excited about. We have a blended program of research papers, journal first papers, industry papers, tool demos, visions and reflections, doctoral symposium presentations, student research competition presentations, and also before the conference we had workshops, and we have one more workshop after the conference. Because we have such an international audience, designing the program was actually quite difficult. So what we ended up doing is we chose 3 main time bands in Asia, Europe, and America. And we anchored the technical sessions around 9 to 11 in the morning in each of the time bands. And if you look at how it applies to all the other time zones, you will notice that, for example, the 9 to 11 a.m. time band in Beijing, it's actually the previous day in Sacramento in America. So when you attend sessions, please watch out carefully for the time zone to make sure that you don't miss anything. We also have an almost all time band, which is a time which works for most people in Asia, Europe, and America. And this is from 7 a.m. in the morning in Sacramento, in 4 p.m. in the afternoon in Europe, and it's 11 p.m. in the evening in Beijing. And in the almost all time band, we have several panel discussions. Within each time band, we have 2 hours of content for you. And we selected 2 hours because we recognize that you have many other commitments while you are being at home and attending the conference virtually. In the first hour, which typically takes place in Zoom, we often have plenary sessions, which features keynotes, but also various award talks. And we often also have technical sessions. So when we have technical sessions, we have 2 parallel sessions so that you can choose topics that you're really interested in. And within each session, we have 2 30-minute time blocks in which we start by first showing you teaser videos to encourage to watch you longer presentations of the research being presented at ESEC FSE. And then the second half of each time block, we are having about 15 to 20 minutes themed discussion where a panel of experts discusses the topic of a session. The second hour of each time band, it's really focused, we call it the social hour. It's really focused on you engaging and interacting with our conference attendees. And the reason is a lot of conferences, we put a lot of focus on presentations, but we wanted to have a focus on interactions. So we encourage you to organize fun virtual events with our conference attendees. You can also meet and discuss with our attendees in Discord, where we have various channels set up for you. And we will have some themed discussion in Zoom, which is structured by day. We have different topics from sharing research to career advice to paper review. In addition, we have a very strong diversity and inclusion program in the second hour, which features various Ask Me Anythings, which is another way for you to interact with conference attendees. On Tuesday only, in the third hour of each time band, we will have local virtual meetups on Discord. I've mentioned the fantastic keynotes that we have. We have Pernille Bjorn on the Atari women. We have Fatima Kadar on the diversity and inclusion imperative for software engineering. And we have Mira Lane on real-world approaches to human-computer collaboration. We also have various award presentations for two very influential software engineering awards. The first presentation is the ACM SIGSOFT Impact Paper Award, which is model checking programs, which was published at ASE 2000. And the authors are Willem Visser, Klaus Havelund, Guillaume Pratt, and Jeong-Jun Park. And we also have the ESEC FSE Test of Time Award presentation, which is going to be Fusion, a framework for engineering self-tuning, self-adaptive software systems by Ahmed El-Kodari, Naeem S. Fahani, and Sam Malek. And I've mentioned the almost all time band, in which we have interesting panel discussions on the next generation of science, the new future of remote work, and also we have an ACM SIGSOFT town hall meeting for the community to discuss important topics.
Fireworks and sword fights! Is this the Zoom for the used car sales convention? Oh no, Melmo, this is a conference on software engineering. Yeehaw! So, how does this all work?
I'm sorry, Tom. I must have forgotten to turn off my screen sharing again. Don't worry, Melmo. Tom will tell you about it.
So that's actually an excellent question that Melmo asks. So how is this virtual conference going to work? We have designed two types of spaces for you. So the private conference spaces, these are only for registered attendees. So that's the Discord channels. So we have various text, voice, and video channels which allow you to participate in discussions or also organize events. And we will also have Ask Me Anything sessions in Discord. Then we will use Zoom for the keynotes, the technical sessions, and the panels. In addition, we have several public spaces which are accessible to anyone on the internet. So one of them is the Reddit channel, which the paper authors posted about the research that we're presenting at ESEC FSE. We also have a YouTube channel which has almost 400 teaser and full presentation videos about all of the research being presented at ESEC FSE. I want to walk you through some of the tools that we're going to use, just so that you get some idea of what you can do with them. The Discord tool, so that's the main way for you to interact with other conference attendees. If you open Discord, you will see on the left side various text, voice, and video channels, which you can use to discuss and meet other attendees or organize social events. And this is actually a very long list, so please scroll through the entire list and choose the channels that you are interested in. If you need help at any point of time, there is a help desk channel in Discord at the top left of your screen. And we also have a live sessions channel, which tells you what things are happening right now at the conference. The other important component of Discord is the list of people registered at Discord and basically registered for the conference. And you can also see who are the people who are online right now based on their status. When you sign up for Discord, please use your full name and also, if possible, a photo in your profile so that other people know who you are. I've mentioned Zoom, so to find out the Zoom connection information, you can either go to the live sessions channel or you can check the calendar invites that we sent out previously last week. If you did not get calendar invites, reach out to us in the help desk channel. And I've mentioned also Reddit. So Reddit is where we have a lot of posts about exciting research. Please upvote and also comment on the research. If you like a presentation or some research, please upvote as well. We will use this information to select Best Presentation Awards and also Best Commenter Awards at the end of the week. I've mentioned fun social events, so we are looking for volunteers to organize meetups or fun things at the conference. We have some ideas on the slide. So if you're interested or you have some different ideas of what you could organize, please reach out to us and our conference attendees in the meetup channel, and we will connect you with people. Lastly, we also have actually conference merchandise. So Infosys is a virtual conference. We have over 20 products which you can order online through Redbubble. We have like t-shirts, we have conference bags, and we also have masks. The various discount codes for Redbubble, which you can find on the internet, and you can also refer our conference attendees for additional discounts. And with that, I hand over to Myra, who's going to talk about how this fantastic program was put together.
Thank you, Tom. So as you know, the most important part of our conference is the technical content. And so we'd like to walk you through very briefly some of our paper submission process. So this year we were very pleased to get 360 submissions to ESEC FSE. We received a few more than those, but some of them we had to remove because we had to just reject them because they weren't in scope or they violated some of our double-blind processes. Once we had those 360 submissions, we assigned them to at least 3 members of our PC. So all papers were guaranteed to have 3 reviews. Some of them we actually brought in some additional reviews and we needed some additional expertise. All of those members independently wrote reviews without knowing who the other members were. And we also followed a very strict double-blind process. So the reviewers did not know anything about the authors of the papers, and the only time they would find out who an author is if that paper was accepted after the camera ready came in. Once we had all of our reviews in, we had an author response period, which allowed us to provide feedback for the reviewers. And we know we had several different roles for our reviewers. We had reviewers who were given more papers and were just strictly reviewers. Then we had some papers we called discussants, and they were worked with our reviewers to make sure that we had really positive, critical, very good critiques of papers, that we had good reviews, and we also had some rapid response reviewers. Once we had all the reviews out and we had our responses, then we had an online discussion period, at which point we made decisions on all of the papers. So out of our 360 submissions, 101 of those were accepted. We're happy to say we had a really healthy acceptance rate of 28% this year. Some of them were conditionally accepted, and those went through one final mini review before they were finally published. Now we want to put this in context. So ESEC FSE reviewing happened between March and May of this year. And unfortunately, we don't live in a bubble, so this was a very difficult time for people. Many of our reviewers were going online for the first time, had taken on additional responsibilities, both at work and at home. And so we were a little bit worried, but Tom and I just wanted to say that we were really pleased with all of the hard work that came out of our PC. We had our reviews on time, we had excellent reviews, and we really wanted to shout out to them and thank them because they did an amazing job during a time when everything was difficult across the world for everybody. So thank you. Now normally at this point we would show our PC, we would ask them to stand up and everybody would give them an applause. We can't do that now, so we'd like to just show you our PC members and have you just applaud at home on your PCs. After our papers were accepted, authors were allowed to submit artifacts to a separate track that were reviewed independently, and from there they could receive badges of available, functional, or reusable, and we encourage you to go look and find out about those badges. And you'll see when you look at the papers and proceedings, many of them are tagged. And this is to encourage artifacts online and reusability and making our work available for the broader community. We also have a set of ACM Distinguished Papers. Now, ACM Distinguished Papers are awarded to at most 10% of papers accepted at any ACM conference. There's also some other rules, such as they can't have any negative reviews. So what we did is we first selected our candidate papers, and first we picked papers that were nominated explicitly by PC members. So we gave our PC members that option during reviewing. We also took papers that had all scores of 4 or better, so these are all clear accepts across the board. After we did this, we discovered that we had some conflicts with some of the candidate papers. So we handed this over to the ESEC FSE program chairs for 2021, and Marcia and Max managed that final selection process and helped us to come up with our papers awards. We have 7 ACM Distinguished Papers, and I'll present those to you now. For the authors, again, we can't bring you up on a stage and give you an award in person, so we will be sending you the awards after the conference. Our first paper is a principled approach to GraphQL query cost analysis. Alan Cha, Eric Vitten, Guillaume Godard, James Davis, Louis Mandel, and Jim Laredo. Our second paper is Boosting Fuzzer Efficiency and Information Theoretic Perspective. Marcel Bohm, Valentin Manes, and Sung Kil Cha. The next paper is Community Expectations for Research Artifacts and Evaluation Processes. Ben Herman, Stefan Winter, and Janet Siegmund. Our next paper is Deep Learning Library Testing via Effective Model Generation. Zhan Wang, Min Yan, Junji Chen, Shuang Li, and Dongdi Zhang. Next paper is Detecting Numerical Bugs in Neural Network Architectures. Yuo Zhang, Luo Ren, Li Quan Chen, Jinfei Jiang, Xinqi Chuang, and Tao Zhe. And our next to last paper on decomposing a deep neural network into modules, Ranjit Pan and Ritesh Rajan. Our last but not least paper for Distinguished Paper Awards is Testing Self-Adaptive Software with Probabilistic Guarantees on Performance Metrics, Claudio Mandrioli and Martina Maggio. So we'd like to give a shout out again to these authors. You'll find these tagged in the program. We encourage you to go to those sessions, look at their videos, and talk to the authors about their papers. We also giving awards to a set of reviewers that we think went beyond the call of duty. So these are reviewers that had exceptional reviews. Other reviewers were able to tag reviews as really as good. These are reviewers who also were very involved in discussions, who might have also served as last-minute reviewers. And so these reviewers we really felt deserved a little bit extra, and so we have 12 Distinguished Reviewer Awards, and we'd like to thank them again. And again, we'll send you an award after this conference. So besides the technical paper track, we also have, as Tom mentioned, several other tracks, and these are all merged together into a single program. So we have 22 journal first papers, 8 vision and reflection track papers, 24 papers from our industry track, 26 papers from our demonstration track, 5 from the doctoral symposium, and 5 from our research competition. In total, we have 192 papers all throughout our sessions, and as our friend Melmo would say, that's a whole lot of program. So with that, we'd like to now start our welcome sessions, and thank you. We'll see you this week in the Discord and Zoom, and we welcome everyone to ESEC FSE.